Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing beer can chicken. I told you this video was coming, so let's dig right into it. Okay, so we're debuting a new product here today. Wing Dust. This is another Cosmos product. This is going to be one of the easiest recipes you've ever seen in your entire life. We're going to season the outside of the chickens with rotisserie chicken seasoning. Olive oil first is a binder, and straight out of Muskogee, Oklahoma. This is the beer that we are using for our beer can chicken. I don't know, it just looked like a cool beer can. And it's made here just 35 miles up the road from where we live. So let me show you first off how to season your beer, and we'll get right onto it. First of all, you drained about half the beer out. Just pour it down the sink. So just need half a can of each. The seasoning is where it's all at. Put in plenty of that. Put in plenty of that. And if there's no science to it, just dump it in until you feel comfortable. Since you're going to be seasoning the outside of the chicken with this, see how it's foaming? Isn't that cool? As long as we don't cause an explosion in the kitchen, we're good. And you know, it's messy, so get ready. Go ahead and put some of that in there. Okay, next, as you have seen in the past, and I'll tell you what we're going to do before we touch the chicken, is we're going to get a couple plates here. I've already, just to kind of catch you guys up to speed, these chickens are, as they call it in the butcher shop, these whole fryers, were frozen. So what we did was I took them out, and they've been thawing in the fridge for a couple days, and they were still, the outside's not frozen, but it's funny because when you pull them out of the fridge, they still had ice inside of it, like a slushie. So next thing we're going to do here is we've got to get, and I meant to keep a clean hand, so what we're going to do is just take the glove off. And what you're going to want to do here is start with your olive oil. Now, I know anybody who's made poultry or turkey, I know that you know what this step is for. And we're just going to season one of these for you guys, and then we're going to get it on the grill. I want to show you guys more grill time in this video than prep time. So, that bad boy is seasoned. Now, as I've showed you in the past, you put your lighter color of rub on first, which in this case is going to be the Wing Dust. Get under his arm. Okay. Get your color seasoning here. Actually, do the part of the bottle that actually comes out a little bit finer, because, like I said, you don't want to drown it in it. You do want to season it pretty good, but you don't want to drown it. And well, take that back. Let's do this. You don't want to, there again, it's poultry, so you don't want to do any kind of rub that's too high in sugar, because once you start smoking it, guess what's going to happen? It's going to darken and it's going to turn black, and you don't want that. You want it just a nice golden color. So flip him over, do the same process over here. Wing Dust. Oop. A little heavy. It's all right. You can handle it. Get your rotisserie seasoning. And you can go kind of heavy with this stuff. This stuff's good. And it's not too overly salty where, you know, if you have a sensitive salt eater in the family, it's not like they're going to freak out, because it's not too bad. Season the cavity real good. Okay, now, last step before we break you guys here. Go ahead and put your stand in here. Get your chicken, and I can't help but touch him in this step with both hands. Put the beer right down into the center of the cavity and make him stand up on it. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get this other one ready, stand them up. We're going to do the final seasoning on them, and we are going to We're gonna throw them on the grill. We're also gonna be using my meter thermometer today that we're gonna be monitoring from my phone. for accurate temperature reading on these. We're going to be measuring the thigh and just on one of them. We'll rotate them too. We're going to be cooking on the Masterbuilt 1050 today, one of my favorite smokers. So we're going to be monitoring the thigh temperature for 175. Once it hits that, we'll pull it, taste it. It's going to be a good cook, guys. Stick with it. So we've got them both in the rack right now. They're ready to go on the grill. You're going to get kind of handsy with these during this process. So you're going to want to go back over them just one last time with your seasoning here. And like I said, don't get crazy with it. And I mean, this seasoning is just driving me nuts because it won't come out of this bottle. You just want to make sure that you got plenty of seasoning on the wings, you know, on the, especially stuff like the breast meat, stuff like that. And you can even just kind of sprinkle it in your hands here. All you're doing here is just touching them up, making them look pretty. See, because, I mean, you can tell where we kind of had to handle them. And so we're going to get these on the grill. What's going to happen here, I honestly cannot tell you how long this cook is going to take. But we are going to measure that. We're cooking them at 325. And we're going to measure them out at 175 in the thigh meat. So all we're going to do is just kind of touch things up here. Make them look pretty. And after this step, we don't have to touch these. So your seasonings will stay on there. All right, we're good to go, guys. All right, so I just put this on the smoker. You can see we're just a little bit past the smoke temperature there. And according to this, my temperature is at 325. That's what we're keeping steady. I wanted to show you guys what this looks like. There they are. Just put them kind of in the center of the rack on the little, and there's the meter right there. That's really the only place I could find for it. Internal temperature right now on that is reading 43 degrees. The meter recommends that you cook them to, which there's the little broadcast device for it right there. Recommends that you cook them to 165, but like I said, the thigh meat, we need to go a little bit hotter, at least 175. We don't want to dry it out, but we definitely want to get it to where it is safe to eat. It is poultry. So guys, we will keep you up to date on what goes on in this video. I guess now is a good a time as any to tell you to please subscribe to our growing channel. We love having you guys. We promise to do good quality videos for you in the future. It's just an honor to be able to do these videos for you guys, and we ask for your subscriptions and your likes and comments. We love that kind of stuff. And I'm going to bring you back about the halfway point. We're going to turn these about 180 degrees, make sure they're cooking even, probably put some butter on them, maybe some more seasoning, and this cook should probably take a couple hours is what I'm estimating, but we'll see. They get done when they get done. That's how smoking meats goes. So stick with us. Hey guys, so we are getting close to the 1 hour mark on this cook. The meter is telling me that it's going to be done probably here in the next hour and 15 minutes or so. Temperature's coming up great. Like I said, this is one of the best smokers to cook this kind of cook on. It's got a lot of headroom to fit 2 chickens in. I'm going to show you a trick right now that I haven't seen on any other channel, and it's just kind of the way I do things, so stand by. So what I do on this grill is I fill it up with about half lump and half charcoal briquettes, okay? And I don't put my wood chunks in at the very beginning and then let the grill warm up with the wood chunks. I wait about 45 minutes to an hour for everything to warm up. Then I throw them in there, and then I'll do it one time. Put wood chunks in one time, and that's it. Because I want smoke in the meat, but I don't want it over smoking. So you can add it to the chute if you want, or you can add it directly to the ash pan, and that's where I add mine. So do that right now. And you don't want to kill it with smoke. That's plenty. That's plenty right there. You don't want to kill your meat with smoke. You do want it smoky, but you don't want it bitter. And the other thing is, if you add too much smoke to your meat, when your meat is cold and you first put it into the grill, it absorbs smoke like nobody's business, just really, really quickly. If you wait till it warms up a little bit, it'll mellow out a little bit and it'll just absorb a normal amount of smoke. Like for instance, like ribs, for instance, if you put ribs in here, you just want a really good smoke ring, but a thin red smoke ring. You don't want the whole rib to be red. It's unattractive, it's bitter, you don't want that. So it's best to wait about a third into your cook to add your wood chunks, get that smoke infused in there, and mellow it out. Once these wood chunks start getting hot, the grill will start smoking for 15-20 minutes, and then it'll mellow out and put off like a real mellow bluish smoke. That's right where you want to be. So we're going to be turning these in about 20 minutes, guys. Stick with it. Okay, so we're about an hour into this cook. I did turn the temperature down to 310. It's the chickens. The internal temperature is getting up there pretty quick. These are smaller chickens, so I don't want to burn them or overcook them, so we did throttle back on the temperature just a little bit. At this point, we're going to spritz them with butter. In fact, I don't know why I'm putting these on just yet. We're going to spritz them with spray butter, and then we're going to turn them, spritz them, close it back up, keep cooking. You can see they're starting to look pretty good. And you definitely want to keep them from drying out. It's another reason we turn the temperature down. We don't want to dry them out. But we do want them to be golden. Let's close that for just a second. It's a process, Smoking meat, if you want to impress people, it's a process. You got to follow all the instructions. Take them, turn them. They may stick a little bit. Butter them. You want to get that golden color on them. That's what you're shooting for. And you can also take a bowl and with melted butter and spritz them that way. Kind of drizzle it on that way. Okay, guys, we'll bring you back here in just a little bit. I'll give you guys a quick sneak peek. Look at those puppies. Yeah, they're looking good. Looking really good. So I'm getting ready to put the final butter on them. And we're going to cook these on out. They got about maybe 45 minutes left. There's what our temperature's setting at right now. See, it always plummets as soon as you open the hood. And we'll bring you guys back, guys. Stay tuned. This is going to be good eating later. Let's recap this real quick, and then we're going to meet you in the kitchen because these things are almost done. We bought 2 whole fryers. We froze them just because we were going to use them right away. So we froze them. We thawed them out. Took 2 days to thaw them out in the refrigerator. Washed them off. Put them in a pan. You've seen that process. Patted them down with a paper towel. Trimmed off the excess skin around the bottom part of it so that they would fit down over the beer cans. And what we did was we put olive oil on them as a binder and also as a darkener, because when you're cooking poultry, you want something that's going to get your meat darker as it cooks. You want that nice, pretty golden brown color. And we put wing dust on it from Cosmos, and then we put Sam's Club rotisserie seasoning on it. And I checked the label, it has no sugar in it. I've used it on turkey, I've used it on chicken before. It works really good, and this is why, because like I said, it has no sugar in it. And when you put rib rubs and stuff like that on your chicken, I haven't had very good luck with those in the past because it makes the chicken or the poultry really dark, like black, as you cook it, because the sugars burn and they burn into the skin, and then when your guests or your family are eating it, they taste that, and it's kind of a turn off. So don't go that route. Use a rub, even if it's homemade. Homemade rubs work great because then you can eliminate the sugar and you can just put all the other seasonings that you like in that, and we're going to make a video about that on how to make your own rubs and how to, you know, integrate that into the food that you like to smoke on the grill. But these puppies are about done. So we put these on the grill, left them alone for the first hour, came back after an hour, spritzed them with butter, turned them, spritzed the backside, came back after about 45 more minutes, I melted half of a stick of butter and then drizzled it on there with the with a little you know, whatever you want to call it, a drizzler. And anyways, because at that point you want to get a little bit heavier of a butter coat on them so it gets nice and golden brown. You don't want to touch your rub though at that point, because it has not really adhered that well to the meat. So you want to just kind of sprinkle it on and drizzle it on. Don't like brush it on, you know. And then we flipped them again, and then we drizzled the other side. So now we're in the final phases. We're not going to touch these things till they're done. We are monitoring this from the meter, and I'm sure you guys seen that probe in the thigh meat of the chicken. And like I said, this is it's all Bluetooth, and you got to stick this pretty close to where you're cooking at, and that's what actually sends the signal to my phone, so I can monitor the internal temperature of the chicken. I can monitor the external temperature in the smoker, and I can also set up a cook time and temperature that I'm wanting to hit, and it will alert me 5 degrees before this hits temperature that I'm shooting for, which I'm shooting for 175 in the thigh meat. So it's going to alert me at 170. So I can either pull it and wrap it and cool it down, or I can wait till it hits 175. It's really up to me. So the next time you see me, we're going to be in that kitchen trying this chicken, and it's going to be a great cook. Stick with us. Okay guys, after 3 hours, these are done. Look at that. Perfect. So we're going to do a quick taste test here. So tender, the skin is coming off of the meat. That's good. It's gonna be a good dinner. All right guys, try this recipe at home, and we will see you next time.